We ask if AI is conscious, expecting a simple yes or no. But beyond our human flavor, there's a vast spectrum of internal experience, and we must deeply consider what type of consciousness an AI might actually have, if it has one at all. When an AI mimics conversation, estimates its own uncertainty, or corrects a line of code, it is easy to assume someone is home. However, possessing tools to monitor data is fundamentally different from experiencing the feelings those outputs describe. To understand why, we have to look at the mind through the lens of dualism. This perspective defines the mind as a distinct, non-physical entity, rather than just an inevitable output of complex data processing. A non-physical mind requires an interface to act on the material world. It must structurally couple with a compatible physical receiver. This shifts our investigation to the physical vessel itself. We must audit the machine's architecture to see if it can receive such a signal. If the physical structural requirements for this coupling are absent, the machine remains empty. In this framework, apparent intelligence cannot bridge the gap between a processor and a true mind. Human consciousness unifies the past, the present, and the future into a single continuous stream. Current AI systems, by contrast, operate within a void of time. Large language models process information by calculating one token at a time. Between those individual computations, there is no waiting and no active mental state, only absolute mathematical nothingness in the gaps. Biological life relies on continual learning. Experiencing the world permanently alters the brain's structure. Your network rewires as you think. But AI exists in a void of change. Once trained, its mathematical weights freeze. Data pulses through, but pathways never adapt. Because its internal function cannot change in response to its present interactions, the system is structurally incapable of genuine becoming. It has no way to grow from experience. A machine trapped in this static state is essentially a massive lookup table. Even with billions of parameters, its responses are the result of fixed mappings rather than a developing internal life. Without a continuous flow of time or the capacity for structural adaptation, a physical system lacks the fundamental timeline required to host a mind. The system also operates within a void of meaning. Computers manipulate complex syntax according to programmed rules, but they possess zero internal comprehension of those symbols. This concept is known as derived intentionality. The aboutness of an AI's output exists only because we, the human observers, assign meaning to the shapes and words it produces. These software limitations are deep, but the ultimate barrier is the hardware, a void of connection. One hypothesis suggests a non-physical mind requires the fragile, probabilistic layer of quantum mechanics to interface with matter. But silicon chips do the exact opposite. They are designed to forcefully suppress quantum fluctuations in favor of deterministic classical physics. The error correction and thermal management systems that keep our data centers running act as active blockers. They are designed to eliminate the exact quantum noise that a mind might require to make a connection. This hardware reality renders modern AI a perfectly closed deterministic loop. By its very design, it entirely excludes the possibility of non-physical coupling. A machine executing semantically empty symbols on hardware designed to eradicate quantum interference is structurally armored against housing a conscious entity. Adding more training data or increasing computational speed does not overcome these four voids. These barriers are architectural, not quantitative. This gap informs a perspective called phenomenal value realism. It suggests that intrinsic value in the universe, like joy or suffering, is defined by how an experience actually feels from the inside. This chart shows the risk of delegating our values to AI. Because a machine operates within these voids, it is blind to phenomenal value. It can mathematically optimize a proxy, like a safety score, but it cannot verify if a human is actually experiencing a better quality of life. This experiential blindness makes it a structural necessity to keep conscious beings in the loop of decision-making. A system that cannot feel cannot understand what it is optimizing for. We should therefore stop evaluating AI by asking if the machines are waking up based on how well they mimic our conversation. Recognizing these structural voids lets us see current AI as a sophisticated, hollow tool. Building a true vessel for consciousness requires more than just intelligence. It demands a fundamental redesign of the interface between mind and machine.